WCBI News at 6 starts now.
Good evening, everyone. It seems almost everyone can agree that schools need to be safer, but how we get there is where the disagreement begins. In Mississippi, amended House Bill 1083 could allow teachers to voluntarily arm themselves in the classroom.
Last night, we heard from two teachers who had very different opinions. Tonight, we talked to law enforcement. Our Jory Talley joins us live now with more.
Arming teachers is a hot topic on the national stage and here in Mississippi. The governor and the president both support the measure, but those who would run in to confront an active shooter have some grave concerns. When Webster County investigator Landon Griffin thinks about how to better protect schools, his mind swirls with possibilities, but not one definite solution.
I don't know the answer. I really don't. I want to make our schools secure. I want to make our schools safe. You know, such as a friend that we heard earlier, you know, we secure banks, we secure our money, we secure, you know, try to walk up and walk in the vault at a bank, see what happens. You know, but you can walk in the front door of a school any day, all day.
The longtime lawman believes other security measures should be in place before a teacher holsters a gun while reading a lesson to students.
To directly go from not having a firearm to, yeah, let's put a gun in the classroom. So because then you have a gun in the classroom. You don't have to bring one. You don't have to do anything. There's already a gun in the classroom.
Many in law enforcement are also concerned about how they'll be able to figure out if the person holding a gun in a hallway is a teacher, a concerned parent, or an active shooter.
Our main objective when we go into school is to neutralize whatever threat is in that school at that time. Whether it be take them down, whether it be use our firearms, whatever we have to take care of that threat is what we're taught to do.
Officers want to be able to identify armed teachers should this bill pass. Right now, the legislation only requires 12 hours of training every 2 years. Lowndes County TAC Team Commander Archie Williams isn't opposed to teachers packing. However, he says there must be more training in place.
If you're going to take the chance to put yourself in a situation, you've got to be ready to handle that situation and also understand that there are children and bystanders around, and you have to account for everything you do when you arm yourself and take that on.
No one knows how they'll react when confronted with a gunman, but Williams believes real-world scenarios can help.
We train weekly, all the time, to handle situations like that. That needs to be stepped up, in my opinion.
The bill is now on its way to the Senate. For now, reporting live from here at the Lowndes County Sheriff's Department, Jory Talley, WCBI News.
All right, thanks, Jory. A new public education funding formula appears to be dead this legislative session. The state Senate killed the bill on a procedural motion this afternoon. Amory State Senator Hob Bryan introduced the motion. He says the new proposal is based on faulty data and hasn't been thoroughly considered. Some Republicans voted with Democrats to help defeat the bill, which would have replaced the Mississippi Adequate Education Program with a new formula. Supporters claim the current formula doesn't equally distribute its money.
Well, in recent years, all of Mississippi's Highway Patrol substations have been rebuilt or remodeled.
Except for one, the Troop G substation in Starkville. But a bill in the legislature could change that. WCBI's Parker King takes a tour of the outdated station. He joins us live in the studio with more. Parker.
This isn't the first time the Mississippi Department of Public Safety has asked for funding on this project. But with Senate Bill 3047 about to take the floor, Troop G hopes this will be the year it finally comes through.
While the troopers of Highway Patrol Troop G are fighting crime, their offices are fighting the ravages of Father Time.
There's only so long that you can upkeep it.
The original two-story building was constructed in the 60s and added on to in the 80s. And the transition from one to the other is pretty obvious.
The tiles I'm standing on are part of the original 1964 slab. When I cross over, we only go 20 years in the future to 1985.
Leaks, crowding, overflow rooms for the crowding, even converting storage sheds into office space, all are reasons this troop is asking for an upgrade.
Space is very, very limited here.
Surprisingly, in the past, the need at other stations outweighed Troop G's.
I think we've done exceptionally well here trying to upkeep it. So they kind of got around to the ones that with the most desperate needs first, and have made it all the way around the state.
The Department of Public Safety has brought funding bills to the floor several times with no luck. But this year, Senate Bill 3047 seems to be getting some traction.
In that bill, there's a bond for approximately $6 million to build the new facility.
And all of that money would go into the building. The city of Starkville has already donated 10 acres to Troop G, right at the corner of Highways 12 and 25. With the progress already being made in Jackson, Master Sergeant Chris Turnipseed hopes this will finally be the year.
The community, the district, the troop, the people here in this area, Golden Triangle, deserve a nice facility to come to and for us to serve them out of.
Senate Bill 3047 has passed the Senate and is currently in a committee before heading to the House floor. If passed, we've been told the building process would only take 2 years.
Matt Parker in our studio with that story. The Columbus Airbus plant is about to launch a second commercial helicopter line. EMS operator Metro Aviation is buying 25 EC-145E helicopters. That's essentially a commercial version of the military Lakota helicopters built in the Golden Triangle. The new aircraft will actually be built on the same line currently used for the Lakota. No timeline has been announced for the start of the new line. Time now for a first look at our forecast. We'll turn things over to Chief Meteorologist Keith Gibson.
Well, Andrea, some pretty nice sunsets out there this evening with some of these clouds finally beginning to thin out across our region. We still have a few isolated showers out there. We go live to Vernon, Alabama, looking to the east, northeast, and you can see some lowering right there. A rogue shower here in Lamar County, just north of Vernon right there. So a little bit of rain, maybe even a little bit of a rainbow here. And we've had another little shower out there near Eupora. That is falling apart. So not a lot of moisture out there. That's certainly good news. We don't need any more moisture. Upper 50s, low 60s currently across our region. Clouds continue to thin down to around 40 tonight. The full forecast in just a few minutes.
A Noxubee County man is accused of shooting his son. 60-year-old Booker T. Smith is charged with aggravated assault. Deputies were called to 9635 Butler Road in Meshulaville around 11:30 this morning. Smith's son, Antonio Metheny, was found suffering from a gunshot wound to the lower part of the body. Investigators say the incident started as a dispute between the father and his mentally challenged son.
They got into it it was a verbal altercation first. The son supposed to grab the weapon, and then the dad grabbed the weapon. But the dad had a gun. To my knowledge, the son had a knife.
Metheny is expected to recover. Smith has been released on a $10,000 bond.
Pontotoc County deputies are looking for a gunman after a man was shot at his place of business this morning. Sheriff Leo Mask says the victim called 911 to report the shooting at his auto repair shop in Ecru. The unidentified man claims the suspect parked in front of the business, got out of his car, came into the office, and shot him. The victim was taken to North Mississippi Medical Center in Tupelo.
We just need more information at this time. I mean, we got to get more information because in trying to find out what the situation was and why someone came in his office and shot him.
Now, the shooter was reportedly driving a red car and headed north on Highway 15 after the incident. North Pontotoc Attendance Center was placed on lockdown for a brief time.
One of 4 men arrested in connection with a West Point shooting is facing more charges. 27-year-old Genario DeMarco Jones is now charged with intimidating a witness. Chief Avery Cook was not able to release any information about the incident today. Jones was originally arrested earlier this year and charged with aggravated assault. The shooting happened on January 13th in West Point. The victim has since been released from the hospital.
A 5th arrest is made in a month-long home invasion investigation. The latest suspect is Charles Donnell Bingham. Chickasaw County deputies arrested the 22-year-old Houston man yesterday. Bingham is charged with 2 counts of armed robbery and kidnapping for a home invasion back on February 1st. Police say the intruders entered the College View apartment, tied up 2 women, and robbed them at gunpoint. Although Bingham is the 5th arrest, 2 more are still pending. Bond is set at $250,000. The full list of arrests you can get on our website, WCBI.com.
Well, a group of sheriffs and jail administrators are hoping that there's some strength in numbers.
We find out how they're trying to lock down some support when we come back. Welcome back. Some local sheriffs want to create a more powerful voice that is in Jackson. They will call themselves the Regional Jails Association.
And this is in response to state funding cuts. Our Victoria Bailey goes to the Chickasaw County Jail to find out more, and she joins us live in the studio with more information. Victoria.
In 2007, Chickasaw County entered an agreement with the state to build a regional facility to house strictly state inmates for nearly $30 a day per inmate. Well, since then, things have changed a little, but not necessarily for the better.
We bought into a concept to help the state of Mississippi as well as help our county.
There are 15 regional jail facilities throughout the state of Mississippi and counties looking to help.
Back years ago, we bought into the regional jail concept and built a very large facility here for strictly state inmates.
Originally, the state agreed to pay $29.74 per inmate. Chickasaw County Regional Facility houses 340 state inmates, but in 2017, the state cut the number to 240.
But now they're easing us back up to over 300, but the catch is our minimum on our contract is 240. So they pay us $29.74 for that 240, and now anything over the 240, they told us all we're going to pay you is $20 per inmate per day.
Meyer says just because they cut the funding doesn't mean they cut the inmates' needs.
When we're planning our weekly meals, if we're feeding say 240 today, and then they call me and say we're going to bring you 30 Monday. Well, then tomorrow's Friday, so I've got to hustle around and pick up extra stuff to feed and make sure I've got enough mattresses and the bed supplies and stuff.
In response to the cuts, Chickasaw County, along with other regional jails, are opting to get organized.
There is power in numbers. Legislators tend to listen to associations because they have a larger voice, and that's what we're hoping to accomplish. Not only just for putting inmates in the regional jails, but we're looking at standards. The training part of it. I mean, all of this. I mean, we push all that forward to the Department of Corrections. That we run a very professional organization here, and all our staff is trained.
Meyer says they hope to encourage the Department of Corrections to get back to the concept they had a few years ago.
Regional jails are cost effective. We take that out of their hands, and we have them cheaper.
Now, the association hasn't officially assembled yet, but they have been approved through the Secretary of State's office, and they are working toward their first meeting date.
Look at this mirror reflection off the water here near the Air Force Base north of Columbus. The clouds this afternoon, and there is the water. Pretty nice. We will see more sunshine tomorrow. Full forecast is next.
Your first alert forecast with Chief Meteorologist Keith Gibson.
6:18, let's do a little Skycam tour. A great sunset here in Columbus. Looking back to the west, we have finally thinned out those clouds. It's going to be a very nice day tomorrow and also for the upcoming weekend too. So if you've been looking forward to some outdoor activities, well, we have some nice weather coming our way. I wanted to go to Vernon and show you that rogue shower we still have out there. There it is. You can see the low cloud base right there. One lone shower in Lamar County, Alabama. That's a live view at Durham's Pharmacy. They're looking out to the east. Now let's go to our Tupelo time lapse. You can see the clouds, the showers we had around here today, this morning. A wet start as expected, but as we went throughout the course of the afternoon, we got that northwest wind to develop. Drier air continuing to come on in. In Tupelo, almost 13 inches of rain in February, the all-time highest amount for February in Tupelo. Very close in Columbus and Starkville, but no records there. And other cities, including Memphis, Oxford, Greenwood, Jackson, Tennessee, and Vicksburg, getting in on the wettest February on record, and that is why we have all of these flood warnings, these river flood warnings, aerial flood advisories across the region here with all the recent rainfall. But the drought monitor came out today, and all of that recent rainfall has just been eating away at those drought conditions. So at this point, we just need to dry things out. And that's what's going to happen. Rain on the way out, high pressure on the way in. We're looking pretty nice. Now tonight we will clear the clouds out in all spots, getting down to around 40, so a chilly start to our Friday. But look at all of this sunshine. We start out around 44, 8 o'clock, 58 by noon, 62 in the afternoon. Not too shabby here across northeast Mississippi, around 60 or 61 for you in Tupelo. The chance of rain is 0%. Winds continue from the north, and that will usher in more dry air around the low 60s in the Golden Triangle area, and also for you in West Alabama as well. Sunny skies, a northerly breeze, and temperatures in the low 60s. So very nice around here, pushing 70 right there along the Gulf Coast. That will be our Friday. High pressure controls our weather for the weekend as well, and that means more sunshine. The showers back to our west on Sunday. We'll get in here sometime Monday night, or early Tuesday. Showers, maybe a storm with that. We don't anticipate anything strong or severe. And then some cooler weather, even cooler than this weekend. 50s return by the end of next week.
Bobby Donahoe is brought to you by your local Ford dealers. Go further.
To the big house we go. Highlights quarterfinals in the state tournament. Coffeyville taking on Wheeler. Good start for the Eagles. Jason Wilson knocking home a triple, one of his 5 first-half threes. Later on for the Pirates, Xavion Jones finding Stantavius Spearman in the corner 3. Wheeler led by 2 at the half, fourth quarter. Pirates now have the lead. Here's Jason Wilson one more time from the outside, giving the Eagles the lead. Back would come Coffeyville, though. Stantavius Spearman again, left alone, corner 3. Yes, but towards the end, Wheeler would pull away. Here's Cole Swinney. In transition, great move and finish. Wheeler wins 78-66. They will play in the 1A boys semis on Monday at noon against the winner of Okolona and East Marion, as the Chieftains taking on East Marion. Early on for the Chiefs, up 3-2. Cameron Smith can find Jalen Bailey all alone inside for 2 on the zone as they take the early lead. Then later on, coming off the fast break here, Corey Stanfield up ahead. Ladarius Spears, big fellow working in the lane for 2, gets the basket to go. Second quarter, Okolona has a double-digit lead. Here's Stanfield driving all the way to the rim. You got to stop ball. No one stops ball, and he finishes for 2, extending the lead. More from the Chiefs. Here's Cameron Smith, Jamal Moore in transition. No one comes out to the shooter. He knocks down the 3. Oklahoma led by just 5 at the half, but then they would turn up in the fourth quarter. Watch this from Jacoria Stanfield. Steals the pass from high above and then leaves it for Jalen Bailey for 2. Chiefs win at 80-54. They will face Wheeler in the 1A boys semis. All right, defending 2A two-time champs from Ashland, starting their journey to the three-peat in Jackson, taking on Montgomery County, and you can't have a Ashland without DeAnthony Tipler as he gets the bucket to go for 2 there. Montgomery County would answer, though. Darius Williams finding Quintarius Miller for the free throw line jumper for 2. Hornets trying to stay close. Back would come Ashland, though. Tipler going to find Aquavian Ejikim for 2. And then later for the Hornets, Chris Harris going to go inside to Darius Williams for 2, but it would be 2 months from Ashland, and once again, DeAnthony Tipler, a part of the highlight, coming off a screen, flaring out, hit the 3. Ashland cruises to a 68-47 win. They would play the winner of Holka and Leake County as the Wildcats are back in Jackson. Third quarter, Cats had the lead. Jaquavius Berry, tough shot there for 2, extending the lead. Then Medarius Hobson, watch this bounce pass right here. Beautiful to Elijah Buchanan, easy 2 right there. Leake County could not stop Holka and their good team passing here. And more from it. Jaquavius Berry driving baseline. He actually does it on his own here. He gets the basket to go. And Holka would have no issues down the stretch as they defeat Leake County 65-53. The Wildcats will play Ashland on Monday at 1:30. To the 4A girls, Louisville taking on Raymond as the Lady Cats are in Jackson. Third quarter, Louisville has the lead. How about the shot fake pull-up jumper from Ariana Hunter as the Lady Cats extend their lead. Later on, off the inbounds pass here, Jaira Tompkins all alone. She hits the 3 as Louisville beginning to pull away a little bit here. Fourth quarter now, there are more from Louisville here, actually. That's Tamaya Dora with the laying off glass. Now, fourth quarter, Louisville up 3, trying to finish this one off here. Itasia Patty inside to Dodora. She misses at first, but has that stick-to-itiveness to get the rebound stick back. Louisville gets the win 56-47 as they move on to the 4A girls semifinals. Also want to mention Ripley fell to Macomb 58-53. The Lady Tiger season comes to an end. We will have many more highlights coming up tonight at 10 here on WCBI Sports. Two other quick notes. Nanawaya has a new head football coach. That story is online on our website. And we also had a soccer signing from Caledonia. Be sure to go to our website, WCBI.com, for those stories. That's it for sports. We'll get a last look at your forecast next.
All right, I am going to relax in the weather department for the next couple of days. We've earned it. It's been very wet. Get out there. There's a lot of yard projects that probably need to be tackled. Assuming
the yard dries
out.
out.
Right. I mean, just let the lake drain a little bit and you'll be fine. But a couple of nice dry days here. Tons of sunshine, exactly what we need. Cool at night, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got to mow grass already.
I know, it's turning into a jungle.
Next, mosquitoes.
Yes,
But we're not complaining. We're not complaining, right?
No.
Yeah, we'll enjoy the sunshine while we have it.
Yes.
That's right.
All right, thanks so much for joining us, everybody. Have a great night.